Hey guys, just a video on NFT Handshake and how to set up the bot from scratch. Once you get your login and your dashboard, you're just going to log in and then you're going to go straight over to wallets. And in here, you're going to set up your wallets one by one. Or if you only have one, you just select the one. You go in here and you add your name, your seed phrase, and your wallet address. Keep in mind that the name should be something that you can remember. I like to keep track of the name by using the same name as I use on Opensea. That way it's easy. Seed phrase and the wallet address gets hashed, meaning it's encrypted as soon as you add it in. That way it's impossible to see it in the database. It's impossible to hack. It's completely secured, which is extremely important as well for your own sake as well. Once you've added it in, it will show here. And you can also see there's no way to see the information. There's no way to edit the information. You can only delete it. This is for your own security as well. If somebody accesses the dashboard, they can't do anything with it. Once you add in your wallet, it's time to start scraping, and you want to scrape the collections that you want to bid on. This is an account we've done a lot already for testing purposes, so there's tons in here. You can see that. But just to show you guys, to add in a new collection is super easy. You just click on the create new collection, and you're going to scrape any URL from Opensea that you want to scrape. So it's super easy. That was really important for us so that, it's not difficult if you don't have to merge any files. You don't have to, that's something I had to do in the past, just kind of working with a desktop bot that gave me a lot of trouble, just making mistakes very easily. So if you have any collection, it can be anything at all, you just add it in here. You can add 10 or 20 collections at any time, whatever you like, save them back, and then it will start scraping it. Now it has a queue system, so if anything else is already scraping, then it will say pending in here, and it will wait until it's ready to go. But it's always working on the back, and you can still scrape or bid on tokens while this one is working. And we can see here that it started, and it's processing the tokens first of all. It already understands that there are 10,000, and it's going to scrape them now. It also imports the floor price. And you can see the last time it imported the floor price, which is really useful. It will only take a couple of minutes, and then this collection will be ready. After that, it will take rarity. It will check the rarity status. Basically, we have built in a custom software that will scrape rarity.tools to see if there are any rarity information on that website, and then we'll add it into the software here so you can use it for bidding. There are certain things in here you can use, certain features. You can see the asset list. You can check the rarity floor status when it's done, and you can rescrape everything as well, which is really, really useful. You can delete a collection as well if you don't want to check it out anymore. So let's say you're ready to start bidding. You go in here, and you just set up a bid by clicking Add Bid, and then you're going to find the collection that you want to bid on, and it can really be anything, to be honest. You just click on the collection you want to bid on, and then you select your wallet. And then there are two options to bid. You can disable the outbid function, meaning you'll just bid the same amount, a fixed price for every single listing. So if I wanted to do that, I just wanted to bid 0.01 on every single listing. That's you would take this one and you would just put your price in here, and it will bid this amount on every single listing. After that, you can add in your expiration time. How long do you want the bid to last? This is in hours, so you could say 10 hours. And these functions are not applicable when you're bidding a fixed amount. Basically, you just need to put in your expiration time, right? When you're done with that, you will click on what tokens you want to bid on. We can see here there are 9,669 tokens. So I'm going to want to bid on every single one of them. And once that's done, then I can proceed to the last step, which is expected sales price. I added in this here because I want you to think about what your ceiling price is when you're setting up your bids, because it's so easy to set up, hundreds of thousands of bids, and then you make a mistake with your own floor price and your ceiling price or whatever you are bidding on. Maybe you added in the wrong price here, but this forces you to think about what you will actually sell it for if you are going to win that token, right? If you're going to win that NFT. So put in a realistic sales price here that you know is going to be possible. Usually that's going to be the floor price of the whole collection. If you're working with rarity, it will be a little bit different. But for now, that's all you need to know. The last bid function, which is my favorite bid function, is to actually not bid a fixed price, but to bid from a range. So be a range of whatever you want to put it, 0.001 to 0.005. It means that if the highest bid currently on any token is within this range, it will outbid that listing, and it will outbid that listing with the amount you put in here. So you might say, well, I want to outbid with this amount. So this makes it very flexible, and it means that you will actually get the highest bid on the most amount of tokens when you set it up like this, right? So this is a really cool way of bidding. You might have calculated that I can go all the way up to 0.005 and still be profitable if I sell it for 0.09. So that might be your tactic here. And then it makes sense that you want to bid up to that amount. You might want to start lower because some tokens don't have any bids. And that's why you're doing a range, right? You could also say, well, I want to bid from 0.004 to 0.005. This is a very close range, but you might say, well, if I bid too low, no one's going to accept my bid anyway. So I want to have a pretty tight range, right? That's how I like to do it anyway. So that's my bid step. That's my expiration time. I'm using my ranges here. And then I have my expected sales price, and I can click save and back and we'll start bidding. Now, just for test purposes, let's just launch, test bid range here. Now it's going to ignore this. It's going to ignore this. It's just going to bid this on every single listing, just to show you. So we're going to click save and back. And now it's going to start bidding. And it's going to take 8 hours for it to bid on all the listings. We could speed that up super easily by saying, well, we could use more threads. We could bid on more listings, right? So what I could do here is I could stop it, and I could potentially bid on more listings at the same time. So I can click rebid super fast. And I'm going to say, okay, for the first thread, I'm just going to bid on the first, 3,000 tokens. And I'm going to click save and back. And then I'm going to launch an additional bid here. I'm going to speed things up now. And I'm going to be bidding from token 3001 to 6,000. And I'm just going to launch this really quickly. Now I got 2 threads going at the same time. So now we're down to from 8 hours to 2 hours and 30 minutes. And I'm still missing the last about 3,000 tokens. So I can set that up really quickly as well. We're going to do that super quickly. So the last bid, right, I think it was about 9,600. Let's just say that. And there we go. I was bidding on the last tokens here. And that's really cool because now we got 3 threads going. There's even another one for a test I did here. And you can see that all the bids are going at the same time. You can also check the log really quickly. You can see the bids are being accepted. Everything is going well. If there is an issue with your bidding, check the logs, see what's going wrong. That's the best way to identify if there's any issue at all, right? One of the biggest issues you run into is that your wallet hit a limit of the 1000x of your balance, or it is a hard cap on the bids. So I always recommend having multiple wallets in there When you get a login here, we'll have additional features. You will be able to see the name of your wallet for each and every single bid, and it's going to make it a little bit easier to start bidding. Now, let's say that your bid is done and the bids have expired. I'll just pretend that happened to this listing right here. It will say finished here instead. And you can really quickly relaunch that bid again by going in here. It will remember all your settings, and maybe you said, you know what, the floor price has dropped, so I'm going to lower my bid, and I'm just adjusting that. My sales price is also a little bit lower now because of that, but everything else is the same. So save and back, and now it is basically bidding again, and it's up and running. So there's a really cool feature to quickly launch your bids again, and it's just to save time, to be honest, and make it easier for you. So anyway, this is how you set up your bot for bidding, for the basic functions of bidding on tokens, and we'll do another video soon on Rarity as well. Thank you.